Should you play cross-platform in Sea of Thieves? A question constantly asked in the community and wondered by newer players. Today I will be breaking down everything you need to know about cross-platform and why you may want to keep it on. If you're interested in Sea of Thieves content, guides, gameplay, speedruns, anything like that, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on. Also leave a comment. I will be choosing one person at random to win an Obsidian 6-pack. So in case you didn't know, Sea of Thieves has a crossplay setting, enabling you to only find players on the same console as you, or play with both PC and Xbox, though the setting is only available to Xbox players on console. We'll start off with the reasons as to why you would want to keep this on. Experience. Keeping this option on allows you to play against players on keyboard and mouse. Now, if you didn't know, keyboard and mouse allows for easier control and precision with your aiming, movement, and pretty much everything in the game is a lot easier. This means keeping it on, you will be playing against players who are better than you, essentially, and that's the best way to improve and learn from your mistakes, making you a better player. So essentially, keeping crossplay on will match you against harder opponents, but that will improve you at the game. That will make you better in PvP scenarios in the future at a much faster rate than fighting people at the same or potentially worse skill level on console. Another reason is that it allows you to meet new people. It allows you to play with more friends and create experiences that you otherwise would have missed. Restricting yourself to only meeting one portion of the player base means you will be missing out on a whole different side of the community, which you might love. Obviously, the PC community and the Xbox community are very different in this game, one basically being PvP chats and one basically being PvE grinders. That essentially means you'll be missing out on a lot of PvP in this game. Don't get me wrong, Xbox players do PvP, they do come after you, but it's a much different dynamic. It's a lot slower, it's a lot clunkier, but that's about it for the reasons why you'd want to keep it on. Basically, to improve at PvP and meet a different group of players. You never know, keeping it on and going into a server with players on keyboard and mouse, you might find your best friend who you then go on to live a happy friend life with. Yeah, you know, you get what I'm saying. There's pretty much only one reason why you would want to keep it off, and that's because of the skill difference. While you're sailing around, you'll be able to be attacked by players on keyboard and mouse, which will be harder for you if you are on console. This means while doing your voyages, you're more likely to be sunk and lose everything, though the trade-off for this is gaining skill and getting better at the game at a faster rate. That's essentially all there is. That's the only reason you'd want to turn it off, is just because you want to have a more chill gaming session, not fight as much. Though obviously you will still get into fights, it's just that keyboard and mouse players are a lot more aggressive. My recommendations would be to keep it on. And I'm not saying that as a biased keyboard and mouse player saying, oh, I want to come across easier opponents on console. No, play the authentic game the way it was intended to be played. The reason this setting was even introduced is because of how many complaints the Xbox community made. At first, you may want to disable it if you are brand new, so you can kind of gather the ropes of the game, figure out your key binds or like your button binds. Though realistically, you don't want to keep it off for too long since it will give you an inauthentic version of the game where a lot of players are a lot more friendlier and it kind of turns into more of a roleplay game. Hopefully this video was helpful to you guys and made you come to a conclusion. And if it was, please subscribe and leave a like. It helps me out massively and takes a couple of seconds. Anyway, good luck sailing, much love, goodbye my friends.